Thinking about your current van, what's your number one piece of tech in it?
My number one piece of tech? Yeah, I'd probably say... No, I can't remember Phil's one, but Phil's was pretty basic.
It was the router for Phil, because all the
This
other
was the
tech
router,
doesn't
yeah,
work
because
without
nothing
the router.
else works without the router, yeah. But I'll go one step...
I said our ZV-1 camera was very important for
Yeah.
vlogging, but
Nah, I'll go one step further than you all, because nothing works without the solar. And it is the solar, because I've been off grid for 3.5 years, basically. I've plugged into shore power every now and again. When I go to a campsite, if it's there, then I'll use it. But I'm 100% off grid. You couldn't get more, really.
yes.
So your ZV-1 wouldn't work without solar. Your router wouldn't work, Phil, without the solar. So you're both done there. And I mean, there's motorhomes out there that are coming off the production line with like 100 grand, 150 grand, and I'll stick us both in the field, and I'll still beat you.
Tell us about your solar and your batteries. What do you have?
My solar, it's had a bit of a checkered history, to say the least.
We've seen the videos.
I had 5 panels on the roof at one point, all flexes, all stuck down on the curve of the bubble, and then at the front. Oh, hang on. I had a call coming in. Yeah, so I had 5 panels, and out of the 5 panels, 4 have died. Which means I no longer recommend flexible for anyone.
Right.
So now I've got over the 3, because they've been stuck down with Sikaflex really, really well. They're staying up there. They're not coming off because I've damaged the roof. So now I've got 3 150s over the top of the 3 flexes, and then that's it. The one that's on the front of the curve is still alive, but I've cut it out the system because I don't want it to die whilst I'm not very technical with all the solar and all that. So when things break, I need help, so I don't want them to break. So I've anticipated it's gonna break at some point, so I've cut it out the system. So I'm just running on 3 150s at the moment.
And your batteries?
My batteries are 3 100 amp hour lead acids. They're just regular, basic. Walk into Halfords, I'll have a leisure battery, 60 to 80 quid, done. Because if I need the power, so because I am off grid, because I am out and using it daily and I need it, if I really need it, I'm not made of money, and if I'm not going to try and do it, but if I need that power, I'm just going to kill them batteries, and if I need it, and then I'll replace them.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to replace. I can replace a leisure battery in the top of Scotland quite easily, within a drop of a hat. Within 20 miles I'll be able to find one.
When we were using lead acids, I was replacing them once a year. I guess I was just draining them too much.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how I get away with it, because I mean I'm running the Victron system, so it's all charging itself. I mean right now I am charging. I'm recharging my system from the power oak.
This isn't a sponsored video, though, Dave.
No. But I'm charging. I'm on hookup through my power oak right now. So which I can charge, at a friend's, or I can charge when I'm driving in the truck. I can drive in the office. I can charge it anywhere. Or when the solar's good, I'll charge that, because I've got a solar panel as well, so I can charge that and then charge up my house. So
that's so clever.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, because it's a grey overcast day now. I'm getting about an amp, maybe an amp and a half at the moment, but now when I'm charging, I'm getting 6 amps. So it's yeah, but I haven't had to replace the lead acids at all. I mean, they seem to be doing me all right. I probably will look at different styles of batteries in the future, but yeah, this seems to be doing all right. So that was a long-winded answer to the best bit of technology. That was an answer, but yeah, it's definitely got to be solar, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it didn't glaze over too much. I'm not very good at. I don't really understand electricity.
No, all I want is to press a button and the power comes on. That's all I want.
Exactly. I didn't get married to think about electricity.
And I don't pay people money for it not to work. I just want to press a button. That's it.
Okay, so imagine you are made of money. Money's
Right.
no object.
Yep.
Would you... how would you upgrade the van you've got now, or would you just buy completely new and go for something specific?
Money no object. I would go buy a different van. I would say I've probably outlived this one for what I'm then going to do. Money no object. Oh, I don't know, because if money's no object, then I'm not working, so then I could travel full time. So then I'd get something that's like probably a Unimog base, little like overland kind of thing.
Like the one that Phil. Did you see the one that Phil?
Yeah, I saw the one that Phil done. Yeah, something like that. It still needs the space inside that it doesn't feel like just a Sprinter or something. Because I've had so much space in here, I don't want to then shrink myself in. But if I was just realistically, then I'd probably just go get a new motorhome, maybe fixed bed downstairs, nice layout, and then trick it out with all the solar, all the tech, and then I wouldn't buy new. I'd probably buy second hand, like 4 or 5 years old. Make sure it's all sound and sealed, and then literally just use the rest of the money just to travel. Because
So, going off on a tangent, because I like to do that.
Yeah.
What would you see the benefit of a motorhome, motorhome, over a converted Sprinter or one of the other work vans? What do you see the advantage being for you in your lifestyle?
I see you've got. I would say there's the space. I would say there's been thought put into it, but then that's giving the designers a bit too much credit because they are quite thick. And that's not beating around the bush. Some of them, they seriously need to take a look at their job titles because they can't plan and organise some motorhomes. When you go to the shows, they look awful. So I would say you do get some design, so some thoughts gone into it, some trial and error, because if they're 20 years in business, they have gone through the line. And you do hold value. So if I bought this for like 18,000, I could probably sell it today at the drop of a hat for 10.
With the market at the moment, it's probably 15.
No, yeah, the market at the moment is pretty hot, yeah. But if I sell it, then I'm homeless. So that's a bit of a downside. And then I've got to go buy an overpriced motorhome. So I'd say, yeah, the benefits, it's done, it's nice, it's neat. It's built to have, I mean, some of them are built to have people in long term, like a hobby. They're like quite long term motorhomes. But the downside of a motorhome compared to a converted one is you have that anxious feeling of you can't just drill into a panel, or like so these cupboards here, you can't just drill into them, because if you do, then they're ruined. And then if you want to sell that, someone's not going to like that. And if you want to replace, I would guess if I wanted to replace that door now, I'm at least £100, at least. You want to replace anything in here, it's going to be bespoke, because it's an old motorhome and they don't do all that stuff anymore. So that is a downside of, if you build your own, you just get a bit of 2x4. I'm really generalising, but you get a bit of 2x4 and just start drilling, So it swings and roundabouts, but I haven't got the skills or time to do all that. So I like a motorhome, but I like to modify the motorhome when I'm in it, to my needs.
One that intrigued me in one of your videos, one of yours that was a favourite of mine, was one of your videos that you did about where you do your washing, for instance. Now that's fantastic. Do you still? That was what, in a petrol station?
Yeah, it's on a petrol station forecourt. Yeah, and I'm very. I know the woman that runs the petrol station now. I always wave to her and see her every couple of weeks and whatnot, and go do my washing. I sometimes don't even go into the actual petrol station. I just on the forecourt. And whilst I park by the side of it, I do usually do my housework.
Absolutely, you did that in the video. Yes.
Yeah, and I've had so many guys comment on that video. Like, I don't even own a motorhome, and I've just been watching a guy doing his housework and doing his laundry for 20 minutes. I don't know why, but it was great.
That's what we love about your videos, Darran.
And the amount of people's Alexas I set off with that, I might have just set my own off.
Cancel.
Yeah, no, it's that them laundrettes like on the forecourts are amazing because you can just usually park quite close. You chuck all your stuff in. I mean, they've got 18-kilo drums, so you can literally just empty the motorhome of all your stuff and just chuck it all in.
I have heard of nightmare stories where people have put horse blankets in the dryer and stuff.
I was going to say top tips before you put any washing on, because I've done this. This is a schoolboy error. So always check the dryer before you put any washing on, because one time I've put washing on and not checked the dryer, and then I've got about 10-15 kilos of wet washing, and the dryer, I opened up the dryer, and like a builder has had his waterproofs on from like a building site, and they're all muddy and wet, and he must have gone to work at like 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever, and realised he'd left them in the van, so he thought, I need to dry them. So he's gone and put them in the tumble dryer for like 20 minutes, and all the wet and mud has come off, and just mud's caked the inside of the dryer. So then
you spotted that before putting you did spot
no, I didn't. I
in?
didn't spot that. I didn't spot that. So then I had 15 kilos of wet washing, and I was like, great. Well, there's a few more choice words there, but you know.
Yeah.
So I went to a friend's, and then I had to use their tumble dryer. Otherwise, that would have been an impossibility to really kind of, or I'd have to go to another laundrette or something to dry that. But yeah, always top tip, always look in the drums of all of them, all the washers and the dryer, just to make sure they're all, clean and debris free.
Good advice.
Yeah, definitely.
So Darran, you've been in your van for 4 years?
Yeah, coming up 4 years yet.
Coming up for 4 years now. Would you ever go back to a house?
I get asked that question a lot, but no, I have got no plans on the horizon to go back to a house at all. I could see myself buying some land somewhere, maybe abroad. I'm not sure, just to have a
Portugal.
fixed. No, everyone's in Portugal. Why? No, because if everyone's in Portugal, I'll buy somewhere else, and then I can go to theirs, and then come to mine.
Good call.
My bit of land will be in Croatia, I think.
Yeah, like Croatia, Bulgaria, somewhere like that, in the woods or something. Right up in the mountain, in the forest.
The beach.
In the beach. All right, so you get the beachfront, I'll get the woods, and then we can go between the two.
Brilliant.
It's no, I don't think I'll go back to a house, because I go visit my mum and all that, and the family, and my brothers are in bricks and mortar, and they've got the kids and everything. I just can't do it. I just don't want to do it. I like going to see them, and then coming back to even when I go visit my family, I don't stay in the house. I don't stay in the house, and I've come to your guys' house before, and you've welcomed me and said I can stay in the house if I want, and again I didn't. I just stay on the drive, because this is where I feel at home most.
And we're the same. We go up to see our sister. Yeah. We're welcome to stay in the house, but it's a home on wheels, so we totally understand you.
Yeah, it really is, and I think it come to a point when I realised my mum never had any problems with me doing what I was doing, but it really you knew when she was completely on board. I don't know, it's hard to say, not completely on board. She was always on board, but you knew when she knew, because then she stopped offering to put me in the house. Because she knows my house is outside, and that's fully accepted. But yeah, no, I did have an idea of maybe buying somewhere as a rental property in the future, like for pension and that. But I can't even be asked with that now. I really can't. That's just too much ties and too much dealing with stuff. I just put the money in the bank, put it in a little investment in an account somewhere, and then just live with this and just go do what I want.
So what do people say when people shocked when they hear that you live in your motorhome full time? What's other people's?
There's a few reactions. So when I tell a guy I mean, everyone at work knows that I live in a motorhome. I'm the only one that parks with a motorhome in the work car park, and everyone knows that's mine and what I do. And round my area, I'm constantly, getting spotted for where I park. When you talk to people, if you talk to a guy and you say, "Yeah, I live in that," and whatnot, they're usually a little bit. They don't know how to take it first until you say, "Yeah, I don't pay rent or council tax," and then their follow up reply to that statement is, "If I didn't have a wife and missus, I'd do the same." And they're fully on board with it. They're like, "Yeah, if I was single, I could do that. I'd definitely be on that." Some people are like, when are you going to get a real place? When are you actually going to go in a house? Or are you poor? Are you homeless? Are you this? And I'm like, no.
They just don't get it, do they?
Really not. I've done this by choice. I know there's people out there that have done it, been forced into it, and, my heart goes out to them and all that. But this is all by choice, and this is what I want. But some people do not get it. Some people want to have that white picket fence, a Labrador, 2 kids and a garden. Crack on. You do that. That's what you want to do. That's your path. You walk that.
And we totally understand, because we want to go full time as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing.
But I don't want to be a full-time teacher to the children.
No.
Yeah.
When the kids move out, we'll probably rent the house and go full time travelling, I think.
Yeah, why not? It's definitely, it's got to be. I mean, that's what John and Manny done. They sold their house and then they've gone and they're loving it. I think they put a 1 year window on it to see where they're going to do after that. But I think that window's gone. I think that window's been thrown away, and it's now just do what you want and see where you go and where you end up. It really is a great lifestyle. And
we totally understand. And they're in Spain. They're in the warmth.
Yeah, and that's definitely a bonus. And a lot of people that do van life on their own choice, because of their own choice, I don't see many people leaving the community. Obviously, people that get pushed into it for whatever reason want to get back to wherever they want to go or where they were. But people that choose it by choice, I haven't seen many people walk away from it once they're in it.
I suppose health would probably just be one reason.
Yeah, I suppose health, because of mobility and that. But then you could probably still find an all-year site if you had a small income or a pension or something you could deal with. Or if you had a little job, then you could do that, yeah.
Perfect.
Just one last thing.
Yep.
In a nutshell.
Yep.
If you can, what's the best thing about living in your motorhome full-time? The very best thing.
In the shortest way I can say it's possibly the best thing about living the van life and living in a motorhome is the utter freedom. I can do what I want when I want, go where I want when I want, and I am at the beck and call of no one. I do what I want. It's freedom. It is free. Boil that freedom down even more, it's happiness. I've found happiness.
Oh.
That makes my heart happy.
Look at that smile. You can tell he's a happy boy. He's content, right? Content.
Just need some chicken wings in your van.
Yes.
And some bacon and cheese.
And bacon and cheese.
The fridge is full of it. Don't worry. That's why I'm happy.
Darran, thank you so much for coming on and doing this.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me on.
It's been an insight. Thanks for sharing.
It's been really good.
It's really lovely to hear the different side of van life from someone who lives full time. It's really great to.
Because we're excited to be full timers,
Oh, I bet you can't wait. Yeah, no, it's been great chatting to you guys, and I recommend it to everyone. Really, it's you can always try it, and then if you don't like it, you can always go back. But I don't think you will.
No.
So
not at all. And we want to travel. We want to drive into some countries, that are tricky to get into,
Well, I have got a harebrained idea one day of actually driving from here to Thailand.
You know what? I looked on the map. I remember I looked on the map and I saw there was land. It's land linked. I know there's some countries you can't
land
drive
linked.
through. So let's do it. Let's do that. As soon as we can go full time there, convoy.
Us and Ricky.
We'll get Ricky on board.
Yes. Brilliant. Cheers, guys.
Lovely.
Thank
It's
you.
been awesome talking to you, buddy. And let's hook up again soon, as soon as we can.
Nice one. Take it easy. Bye.